South Africans are known for being able to tell a good story. And next month, the Gary Tintinger from Randburg will be competing with contestants from the rest of the Southern African region for a spot in the World Championships of Public Speaking. The 2022 World Champs will be held in Nashville in the United States, with competitors being able to chip in virtually. Gary Tintinger of Randburg Toastmasters joins me now. You actually are of Carpe Diem Toastmasters Club.
That's correct. Carpe Diem of Rosebank. So it's a morning breakfast club.
Well, welcome to the show, Gary, and congratulations on that achievement.
Thank you, Hugo.
So I suppose the first question is, how did you do it? Beat all those people, 12 countries, I believe, in Southern Africa?
So there are 12 countries, about 250 clubs in Toastmasters Southern Africa, and I think around about between 800 and 1,000 would compete in what we refer to as the International Prepared Speech Contest. And yeah, so it's contest speaking is quite a tradition at Toastmasters, and so I've been every year around about this time we have starts at club contest, so you compete against your club members, and then it goes up to area, and as you progress through the stages, the competition gets tougher and tougher until we got to the District 74, which is Southern Africa finals, and yeah, this year I took it, so very excited and very chuffed to have taken it.
So you've basically whipped everybody in Southern Africa, or talked everybody into submission.
I'm not going to say spoke them into submission. No.
Spoken everybody into submission in Southern Africa. So what's the next stage?
So how the contest progresses now is the video from the final, the Southern African final, goes through to judging for Middle Eastern Africa, so we call that Region 11. And there's 9 other districts, so 9 other finalists that would go into that contest. And from there, they'll pick 2 to go through to the semi-finals of the World Championship of Public Speaking. And this year it's going to be held in Nashville in Tennessee. So they're giving you the opportunity either to travel to Nashville to present in public or to do it virtually.
Okay, so when are you going to Nashville?
I'm holding thumbs. Yeah, so it's one of those things where right now it's out of my control, so there's nothing I can do about it. I've just got to fingers crossed and hope, and towards the end of this month they'll announce the semi-finalists, and then it's the effort to try and get the visa sorted and get the speech practice, because now it's transitioning the speech from the virtual stage onto the real stage, and it's a completely different thing.
I suppose that's an interesting aspect, particularly with what's happened with COVID over the last couple of years, where initially you'd present to an audience in person, and now you've got to change your speech, produce the same quality, achieve the same sort of results, but virtually. What has that transition been like for you?
So the first element of that transition was a bit of a wake-up call, because in Toastmasters with the speech contest, it's timed. So it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. You have up to 30 seconds after the 7 minutes, so 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and then you get disqualified. So when I transitioned from the virtual stage onto the real stage, I found I was coming in too long. So I've literally got to cut the speech down. It's a completely different environment, because you've got to allow for audience participation, you've got to allow for a much bigger stage, so you're moving across the stage from area to area. Those are the nuances that you would bring to a speech, and doing it on live and on a big stage is a completely different way of presenting.
But you're no stranger to the big stage, Gary, because you had a chance to compete in Canada, Vancouver, Canada at some point.
So that's right. In 2017, I want to say, blessed with the opportunity to represent Southern Africa. How it happened was that the contestant who actually won that year, the District 74 final, couldn't get a visa to travel to Canada. And
you didn't have anything to do with it, did you?
I had nothing to do with that whatsoever. I don't know any Canadians. And so the way the rules work is that the opportunity got passed on to the person that could get a visa, and that happened to be me. And I've got to say, kind of from then, I've almost had this feeling of a little bit of imposter syndrome. So I represented Southern Africa, but I didn't have my name on the trophy. So that's been driving me pretty hard to, to make it happen. And yeah, I think I've said a few times now, this year all the stars aligned, and everything kind of worked out, and I managed to walk away with the title. So still on cloud nine, still really enjoying the feeling.
Well, Gary, 2 days ago we celebrated Youth Day, and obviously unemployment is a big thing in this country. Now, as a speaker, what can young people do to enhance their speaking ability, and what can it do for them in their careers eventually when they get started?
So Toastmasters has, and I'm going to refer to it as an outreach program. It's a program that we take to schools, and we call that youth leadership. So Toastmasters is actually about communication and leadership. And we take youth leadership to schools, and we take youth through that program. So you get an opportunity to operate as a leader and to learn to communicate better. And leadership skills certainly are I mean, Africa needs leaders now more than ever. And one of the key skills, one of the most critical skills of leadership is communication. So you want to be able to take people, you want to persuade them, you want to motivate them, you want to share your vision, you need to be able to communicate. So my recommendation is learn communication.